Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of All in Our Business Podcast, the show where we discuss hot and controversial relationship topics while sharing our love journey along the way. It's your boy, TC.
And it's your girl, Kiki.
And what we got going on today, baby?
So welcome to today's episode. We're diving into a topic that many couples face in silence: addiction within marriage.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And the marketing king himself titled this episode Married to the Secret.
Okay.
Yeah, so good job.
Thank you, baby bubba.
Yes. So in particular, we're looking at the impact of pornography addiction and how it mirrors or differs from other major addictions like substance abuse. I think you had a little bit more to add.
Yeah, so this episode, so if you recall, we asked for questions. We solicited questions for our love story Q&A. And one of our loyal listeners submitted a question, but it just wasn't quite right for the love story. But it turned into an episode, so of course she's well aware of. So the question she posed was, how do you handle when one of the partners has been looking at inappropriate things on social media or even looking at porn, and the other partner doesn't know, and then when they find out, you feel some kind of way about it. So this sparked a whole episode for us because we felt like this is something that definitely can be an issue in a marriage or a relationship, and we wanted to touch on it. So shout out to the person who did this. I'm not for sure she wants us to use her name,
Very loyal listener.
but she's a very, very loyal listener. She invited to the cookout. So she invited to the wedding too. So
Front row seats?
I don't know about front row seats. I think that's reserved for the family, baby.
Oh, right after that.
Okay, second row.
Yes, sir. No, but thank you for bringing up this topic, and it's something great for us to kind of get into. So that's what we're going to do. Before we do, hit us with the scripture.
The scripture is Romans 7:19. For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep on doing.
Okay.
And if that ain't the definition of addiction,
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what I see. Straight and to the point, baby.
Yeah.
So you want to give us a little backstory? How you want to handle this, baby? Because we can get into it.
Okay. So I think dealing with addictions in a marriage, it definitely requires balance of empathy, firm boundaries, and most importantly, professional support. And while pornography itself, that addiction is often characterized as an intimacy disorder, other major addictions like alcohol or drug abuse can also create cycles of unpredictability and betrayal that can erode the foundation of a relationship. And then we also want to be clear, as we're discussing these topics today, that there are other addictions as well, such as gambling addiction, internet and gaming addiction, and food addiction. And TC, I like to say OCD is an addiction.
I think it can be, especially if it can cause a problem in your relationship.
No, there ain't no addiction.
Okay, well, whatever.
That's him telling me I don't need to clean as much.
Nah, that ain't what I'm saying.
All right,
Just putting it out there, baby. It ain't about you. I'm just trying to help folks, baby. Just trying to help the folks.
All right. So I would definitely say for myself, in my previous marriage, I had a direct impact with, or direct battle with addiction. My ex, he was addicted to alcohol. So this topic is very near and dear to my heart. And for 10 years, at least the first 10 years of our marriage, that was an ongoing battle. And the biggest takeaway, despite the hurt, the pain, the trauma, and everything else that I experienced trying to save him, was that you can't fight this disease alone.
You
have to get professional help. Now, there are some people that you may hear of that been smoking and been addicted to nicotine for years, and because they have some bad scare or something happens, they're like, oh no, I'm stopping this right now. And there are some people that have that willpower. Typically, a lot of people do not without some professional help.
Without some help.
Yeah.
Whether it be professional or family or whatever. You get help from someone.
Family, but yeah.
No, there's some people who have someone that's strong enough in their family to really help them. They are.
From what I've seen and what I've experienced, and maybe these people that I was dealing with had a massive addiction, but those people, even family members, couldn't get through to them. Because think about it, your family are the ones that are closest to you. Most of the time, people that are closest to you are the ones that get hurt the most.
That's true.
Especially when you're dealing with this type of issue.
That's true.
And family, you have empathy for your family member. You feel a certain type of way, and then you try to be strong, and then you try to be, difficult with them to make them do something, and they still don't do it. So,
no, I can understand that.
Yeah, it's just a lot. But anyway, what I would say again, from all of my experience with it, is that I hope anybody that's dealing with this or has a family member or a loved one that has an addiction, go get help. And I know in the Black community we don't talk about it enough, and that's why we've suffered in silence for years. That's why we have so much suicide. That's why people are walking around with so many illnesses and stuff like that, because we've just been conditioned to hold everything in. And that's not healthy.
It's not. It's definitely not.
And we've always been told, don't get help because you're crazy if you go get help.
Right, don't seek no therapist. We don't talk to no therapist.
Yeah, and that is the biggest misconception there is.
That's the biggest myth. Incorrect myth.
Please, yeah.
It's okay to get help. It is okay to get help.
And they always say, like, if you're sick, where you go? You go to the doctor.
You go to the doctor. You go to the hospital.
That's why I don't understand when people are at the gym and they big and everybody looking at them like, why are you at the gym? I'm trying
to fix me being big.
Exactly. Or every skinny person shouldn't necessarily be at the gym, and they're trying to work to still to maintain that.
Right.
So if you're sick, you go get help.
They call that maintenance. They're doing maintenance.
They are doing maintenance. So if you're sick, please go get help. And so whether it's an executive hiding a drinking problem, because that happens a lot, a teenager vaping between classes, or a retiree unable to stop gambling online, addiction has woven itself into the fabric of American life. Seriously,
it has, and you can see it on TV.
You can see it.
You can see all the FanDuel, ESPN, Bet360, DraftKings. All of those gambling sites are heavily in rotation with the commercial.
Absolutely.
You have Budweiser and other alcohol. Ciroc and all of that, they're on TV all the time with commercials.
Vaping commercials, all of that.
You have vaping commercials. You have all of that on TV.
But see, the problem is they don't tell people, kind of like the vapes or the other things, that fentanyl can be in those things, which is deadly.
Well, you have it even with all these Ozempic and all these commercials for all this medication. Just listen to the side effects. Most of the time, the side effects is what it's trying to cure or fix.
Right.
So you're selling something that you're literally telling people, oh, well, this is not really going to fix you. It's just going to keep you addicted to it, to keep having to take it so we can make some money. So Big Pharma, okay, we got it. Y'all like to take money. Y'all been doing it for your whole lives.
And it's been working.
But you're not helping people. No. You're not. So.
I mean, even think about it. You and I, we joke, but we've been serious. You've been teasing me about stop drinking these sodas, and I've now committed to doing that.
You have?
Yes, because you keep telling me I'm not going to be able to fit in my dress that I want without having
Jokingly.
to... Joking, no. I'm saying without having to make alterations the day of. It'll cost you some more money. That ain't on budget.
That ain't in the budget, baby.
Teasing me. But yet, you reminded me if I don't do that, then you're going to just roll me down the daggone aisle in your favorite moo-moo that you like to buy.
That's fine with me, baby. I don't have no problem with the moo-moo. Matter of fact, she got it on right now.
But anyway, even with the sodas, we had this discussion that they're filled with sugar.
So much sugar.
And guess what that's causing you to do? Want more. So that, like we were talking about, everything is designed for you to want more. So you really gotta please, people, with everything that you're putting in your bodies and stuff like that. And TC has been on a journey of eating healthier and doing things, and he's all about holistic approaches, and that hasn't never been my thing until you and I talked about it, and then the natural impacts of things. But you realizing literally the food is killing people.
The food is killing people.
And how you literally lost a lot of weight just by walking.
Walking and drinking water. And now juicing. Yeah. Your skin has cleared up. It is glowing. Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, it's so many impacts.
Yeah. And people don't realize that. It's the simple things that you can do. And I've heard a lot of people say, if it ain't from God, I ain't eating it or I ain't drinking it.
I like that. Oh, wow.
So, I mean, I'm not completely there. I still every once in a while
Yeah.
stop at Popeyes or whatever.
Yeah. Not every once in a while, every other day. But yeah, he been working on that this
Why are
week,
you
too.
lying? Every other day?
Babe, every day you've been trying
That
to
chicken, I can't stand that chicken.
Not Popeyes, but something you've been doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, from substances that alter brain chemistry to behaviors that hijack your reward system, these dependencies all share one thing in common. They're incredibly difficult to break without help.
Very true.
And before we jump deeper into this topic, the best advice I would give anyone battling an addiction or a family member that they're trying to assist or even a loved one through an addiction is literally to get help.
Yes. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. I cannot stress enough the amount of time that I spent, not just on my ex, but other people that were dealing with addictions, trying to tell them, oh, the impacts. They don't care.
They don't care. They don't want to hear that.
That disease is stronger than whatever you got to say.
Whatever you can say,
their lungs are as black as anything.
As tar.
Yeah,
And they don't care.
They don't care.
They just, I'll be back. I'm going to smoke another cigarette.
Absolutely. So, and oftentimes you telling them that is causing them to want to do it even more. So the best thing is contact somebody that is equipped with handling them to best solve that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into porn addiction in particular.
Okay.
So for this listener, our loyal listener, y'all call
Very
them
loyal
listener.
Very loyal.
Yes. Do their partner really have an addiction, or are they just looking at women online, or is this lust? And how do you differentiate the two, in your opinion?
For me, I think to a certain point it's definitely lust. It can be an addiction too if they're regularly doing this. Or even, let's say, for example, they're following a certain individual and every day they got to go on that person's feed and see what they have on. And they're always liking it. And then it gets to the point where now they're liking it and now they're making a comment. They get to the point now they're making a comment and now they're trying to get in the person's DM. And now they're in the person's DM and now they're trying to meet them. Now they're trying to meet them and now they're trying to smash.
Got it.
So it's all it takes is that little crack for the water to start seeping in, as they say.
Well, doesn't the Bible say something like that? Like they tell like men that like even just the look or just the appearance of you just even being in that position can cause something more than what it needs to be or what it should.
It should.
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with a guy, a gentleman at work one day, and I was telling him it's okay. You know you're going to be out and about and you're going to see beautiful women because there are a lot of beautiful women in the world. Period. Now I have the most beautiful one, but there are a lot of beautiful women out there. And if I'm walking down the street and I see a beautiful woman, I see her. Okay, I see she's beautiful, but I keep moving, go past, keep walking. I said the second look is a problem.
Okay.
When you stop to make that turnaround, to get that second glance, that's where it becomes a problem.
Got it.
It's okay because you're going to see beautiful women. I'm working at a place where women come in all the time.
All the time, right.
It is what it is.
Right.
But I'm not entertaining them. I'm not flirting with them. I know, just do my job, keep it moving.
Right. Well.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we
You
go.
don't flirt, but they flirt, and you've had a problem with how to shut it down. But through practice, you've learned.
Well, I can't control somebody flirting with me.
No, that's what I said.
Oh.
Shut it down.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, I'm not, it's not like I'm pursuing trying to flirt.
No, you're not. But when they come up to you,
I can't help it, my skin all nice and... You just said it, baby. You said I've been juicing and my skin all clear.
I
Now,
did say that. That is
you
not
taking it back now?
No, I'm taking it back. It's still very, very, very true and accurate. So I'm not taking it back. But what I am saying is that if someone comes up to you, you need to know how to shut it down. But that's another topic we're going to get into later on.
No, you can say that again.
Yes. But for this listener, in my opinion, I don't think the person necessarily have an addiction because they're looking. And I understand what you were saying in different levels and how it can escalate to something.
It has to start somewhere.
Right, it does sometimes, like you said, you creep in and the next thing you know you open up a whole
Can of worms.
Yeah.
That you can't put the damn top
But
on.
if you're just looking, and I think sometimes and I guess that's the difference, you need to know your partner. Because some people are able to just see things online and just be like, okay, it's online. I read about a whole bunch of crazy sex scenes and sex positions and stuff like that. I I'm not going out here taking the book.
But key to that's a book.
It don't matter.
No, but listen to where I'm going.
What if I started
No,
reading more
listen.
of those same exact books?
That's fine, but listen, key word is a book.
No, that's not a key word because the same thing.
It's not like it's an autobiography and they telling you what they're doing. This is a book.
Yeah.
I'm not saying some of the people that's not where they're getting the ideas from.
Correct.
But the book is a book
No,
with a character, with a plot.
to the author, especially if it's a man author writing about this. Oh, I like what he. So it still can be relevant.
It can be. It can be.
But what I'm saying is that you need to know your partner well enough. Some people do it just for entertainment. Some people can see women online or men online and just be like, okay, I see that. Oh yeah, look what they got. Oh, okay, and hit the like button and move on about their business. Mm-hmm. Then there's other people that's sitting there and it's more,
That's why I said when it's a lustful, and you can take this for what it's worth. When it's that second look. When I might have liked it.
Listen.
I liked
how
it.
you react and what else you do.
Right, but let's say the first time, I just liked the post.
Okay.
But then I remember it, so I'm gonna go back to that post tomorrow and look at that same post.
Okay.
I liked it yesterday. Why didn't you look at it again today?
I don't think that's an addiction.
I'm not saying that's an addiction, but what I'm saying that's the lust part. Because
Okay,
there's no point in you going back to look at the same thing that you saw yesterday.
Yeah, that can open the door for lust. But I'm just saying, me personally, I don't think that someone looking at the picture online or looking at you may see women all the time online. Oh, that bathing suit is nice.
Just listen and think to how many times both men and women have what we call, I guess, fatal attraction. Mm-hmm. It didn't start with nothing like the person's flirting with you, the person's trying to get your number. It didn't start like that. It started with, I might have been just liking their post. Mm-hmm. And now, I really like them. So now I'm on their page every morning. And now I'm obsessed with them.
That's a different story. Absolutely. If you constantly doing it like you're saying that, then yes, that is lust, that is obsession, that is maybe people...
But it has to start somewhere.
It does, baby. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying every person that like a picture, I may see a man online with a shirt working out or muscles or something. I like the picture and I keep on going about my business. I'm just saying you look good in your
check
fit.
your phone. Got you.
Yeah, you're right. Like you always do. And I'm snoring and sleep. You may do the same thing. You may see a woman, okay, that's nice, her sandals or her feet or whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, now, what you gonna say?
Nothing. I don't care. Okay. Stuff like that. Like I said, again, it's how you react to it. If you're just like, okay, I see a picture and I like it, fine. Now, if I go through your feed and your whole feed
big booty holes.
Right. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, hold on.
Right.
This is all your list. This is what you're watching. This is what you're seeing all the time. Yeah, that may be problematic.
Okay, gotcha.
And then another a part of this is that I was sitting and have a conversation with you. Mm-hmm. Hey, babe, every time I see you doing this, I see you liking the same
female over and over and over and over.
Or the same
type.
No, or the same thing.
Gotcha.
Tits or breasts or boobs or whatever you want to call it, butt and all that kind of stuff. Like, why are you constantly liking this stuff? So that's a conversation that we will have about it. And then if you make a change because maybe you just weren't aware of it, or maybe you didn't know it was problematic, because maybe, again, you're just watching it just because, okay, that's what you like.
And sometimes that's what the algorithm gives you, and you ain't even looking for that.
Correct.
But let me ask you a few questions. I'm going to ask you two questions specifically. Can flirting be classified as a porn addiction?
So same thing that you just said, it can lead up to that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It can start as flirting and then escalate to something more, or escalate to a porn addiction.
Okay. So let me ask you the second one. And I know you take this to heart sometimes. Mm-hmm. Do you think Neo has a porn addiction because of his need to have 3 or 4 women at one time?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you think it is?
I call it low self-esteem. You call it ego.
I call it ego.
So kind of the same thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He not, well, from what I see, I mean, he touched them on their behinds and stuff like that online, but it's not.
He's Showtime.
Yeah, that's Showtime.
So I don't know how much touching of the booty he really doing.
Yeah, so
and I'm gonna leave that alone.
It's not given to me. From what I've seen on there, it's not giving porn. Like, we just all.
So you don't think it's like Hugh Hefner with all the Playboy bunnies?
I see, like he said, he want 3 women, 3 of them bring something different or something like that.
That's what he said.
That's what he said, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like he's always had a problem. He always wanted women. I think sometimes when people don't feel enough themselves, they need to
satisfy that need by going overboard.
Yeah,
I can understand that.
Yeah, so I think, to me, that's just what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay. So let's talk more about this porn addiction.
I thought we was done with it.
We're not, baby.
Okay.
Many people dismiss pornography as harmless. Mm-hmm. But for those in its grip, it functions as a chemical release addiction that hijacks the brain pleasure center. So if you constantly looking at, I don't know, big booty Latinos or big breast Asians, I don't know, whatever, that kind of will hurt the relationship in the simple fact, I'm married to you, you're black, you're African American, but I'm looking at Latinos and what's the name? I don't have that.
Right.
So am I imagining you being that when we're having sex?
Yeah.
So that's I think what the biggest thing is with the porn addiction is it's a fantasy that you might never be able to obtain. But and just like any other addiction, you get to a certain level and you got to keep going up. Where else is there for you to go?
Right.
If you're married to a certain individual, but you're looking at a certain type of woman that you're not married to.
Right. Yeah.
How do you handle that?
You get help.
Like I said,
That's all I can tell you. No, because that's a lot. That really is a lot. I would never say that I would dismiss pornography as harmless. Or initially, I guess some people probably do. Oh, you're just watching porn. It ain't nothing. It's not a big deal. But again, with any vice, it can be viewed as that. Oh, it's not a big deal. In the beginning, you're just casually drinking. You just go out and you just drink.
Yeah.
But then guess what happens? You continuously go out and you continuously drinking, and it just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. I think the problem a lot of the times is that the person that's doing it, they don't see it as a problem. I'm drinking, I'm having a good time. I don't care how my spouse feels. And the spouse is having a problem, with
it. No. Like even us, sorry to be sharing all our business, but we talked about actually looking at porn together. We haven't done it. I don't think we probably need to, no offense. But we did talk about that. And for me, I'm not a porn watcher, so okay. I'll look at it and be like, okay, what is this? All right. But for us, it was more of an experimental, see if we could find some new positions, some new things we could try in our head. But
considering you already the expert, I don't think
I'm not the expert, baby. I'm not the expert. I'm not the expert. But that's nothing. That's something we never pursue because it just hasn't got to a point. Although I'm sure maybe one day we might, but at this moment, that's not something I'm trying to pursue. That's not something you're trying to pursue.
We definitely gonna pursue it.
I know.
That's on the list.
It's on the list. It's on the bucket list for us, as they say. So what do you feel is the?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna say I don't think we're doing it to say, oh my God, like I'm doing it to see a man with a bigger penis or something like that, or I'm doing it to see whatever. I think, like you said, the most important thing was educational purposes, and this goes back, in my opinion, to knowing your spouse. Both of you need to know each other to know.
Can we watch this? Can we watch this together?
Yeah, and what is the intent? If you do it one time and then you see your partners constantly
watching it now, then we have a problem.
Start seeing, you turn on the TV, it was a view yesterday and you weren't home yesterday. And
right.
Now you got a problem. Yeah. But if you're both saying, let's watch it, kind of like, and I'm not being funny, but I've told you this before, I went to strip clubs and I've heard women that will say, I go to the strip clubs to see what moves I can do for my man. And I never understood that until I went to a strip club. And I was like, I'm not turned on by the women that's out here giving men lap dances, all that kind of stuff. But I do like some of the things that they were doing. I was like, oh, I can go home. At that time I was married. I was like, I can go home and do that on my husband. And it wasn't I was addicted to what they were doing or addicted to that person. To me, it just was able to show me something that we could do different in the bedroom. That was just my perception of it. Perspective. But other people have different ones. That's what I'm saying. You have to be in touch with your partner to really figure out what it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
So for some people, I'm like, I'm never going to allow my husband to go to a strip club. Me, I trust you. I mean, we had the episode at Vegas or whatever where I was messing with some little...
The street vendors, as we're going to call them. The street vendors arrested me on the street and dared me to suck my dick on the damn road. And she just sit there looking. And I'm like, hello, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable. I'm like, she's rubbing all on my dick, baby. You're not seeing this?
It was not rubbing all.
Okay, I'm telling you what she was doing.
He needed to loosen up because he was very tight.
I was not tight in Vegas. I was not tight in Vegas. I was not tight in Vegas.
You was tight the first day.
Okay, you might have been tight.
I'm always.
I loosened that up too.
We know.
Now, keep talking.
Oh God.
Yeah,
so
whatever.
anyway, little things like that for me aren't a big deal. Like we just doing something to have fun, something like that. To me, that's not a huge deal. And again, I know you. I know you're not out here. Let me get lap dances from these women, blah blah blah. You're not doing that kind of stuff. You know, if you go somewhere, you throw some money or something to somebody because they're up there dancing.
Oh, you know I ain't doing that. I'm gonna get that money back. I got a wedding. I got a budget for a wedding. I'm going. Can I get that? Can I get change for that?
And I'm laughing because that is so you.
Can I get change for that 20? That's just. I was only trying to give you 2 ones.
And we were laughing earlier before we started the podcast that we were saying Jelani probably take you to the strip club. And you were saying, yeah, you go. Once he realized I cheat you on it.
Like, right. Dad, you stole $1 bill? Yes. Matter of fact, let me get some quarters. Let me get drizzle out this month.
Oh my God, no. Please come get your husband. We don't even want him.
Right, we ain't not allowed at any strip club. Not A1.
Dang.
Yeah, let me get change for that 20, please.
I swear to God, I can definitely, that is you all day. And you probably being there texting me.
Right, babe, I don't know. She wrinkled and shit. She all wrinkled. Look at
Oh
this.
my God, did I?
She look old, just nasty. I'll be home in a little bit, babe. Put that little red outfit on. I'll be home in a minute.
You don't even take this home. I don't want to know. Lord. Yeah, so again, know your partner.
Alright, so let's move on, baby. Let's touch on some others. So while porn is often a hidden struggle, addictions to substance like alcohol or drugs are a wrecking ball to relationships. And I know, of course, you have personal experience from this. So how would you classify or say? What would you say to that?
I would definitely say the shared pattern is like porn. Substance abuse introduces unpredictability and secrecy.
Okay.
It often, changes from recreational use to dependency, where the partner, starts to avoid family activities to limit the usage and just a whole bunch of other issues that start as a result. So to me, the biggest thing is you become dependent on that substance to sustain you. That's problematic.
And you never, once you get that high, you never get that high again.
Exactly.
But you're seeking that high
And
again.
still seek it, yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And you'll never reach it.
Yeah. And it's really funny, but not funny with addictions, and I see it all the time. I think we'll get to it in the impact. But so many people laugh it off or joke it off. Girl, I just like drinking a little here and there and there. But your husband is saying it's a problem.
That's a problem. Right.
Your husband is saying everywhere we go, every time
That's all she want to do is drink.
doing is drinking. Yeah. It's a problem. So sometimes you need to listen to the circle of people around you.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
And then often the result is trust that is broken with inconsistencies.
Oh, most definitely.
And that's harmful.
Very.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to repair.
Oh my gosh.
Very difficult to repair.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yep.
So what do you feel some impact of, I'm going to call it every addiction. What is some impact of every
So the
addiction?
most important, I would say for me, and you can't really classify the importance or whatever, but one of the top impacts is definitely your emotional and mental health toll.
Yeah.
For myself, I dealt with anxiety, depression, anger, fear, resentment, just so much as a result of dealing with a person who was addicted to a substance. And the stress can literally...
I think even fear probably for you.
Yeah,
like not knowing...
Yeah.
No, not knowing how the day's going to go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Anxiety, you're just in a constant depression because of it. You become angry because why can't you just snap out of this? Why can't you just do better?
Right.
And then again, like I said, you do get to a level, you can, and for me, I did get to a level that you just resented that person. Because I just felt like, why are you putting this over everything that's been created for you, over your spouse, over your wife,
Kids, your house,
all of
your
this,
car,
right?
everything.
Yeah.
Your family, just everything.
Yeah, but it wasn't until I went and I got help that I realized that it literally is a disease. And once you have that disease, it's just so hard to cure. So I had to have a clear understanding of that so I can be able to get myself help that I needed. But the constant stress, what I was going to say, can lead to emotional exhaustion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the development of enabling or codependent behaviors.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you really, really, really got to be careful. We've had this conversation when we talk about even if you're on a plane and you need to survive.
Right, the plane's going down. What the first thing they tell you? You got to take the oxygen before you put it on your kids or put it on anybody else.
Anybody else, yeah.
You got to save yourself before you can save everybody else.
Save yourself. You do. Yeah.
No, that's true.
And definitely for me, another major impact was the financial ruin.
Oh,
Money
most definitely.
was diverted to support the habit and the addiction, and that definitely led to debt that we didn't necessarily need to incur. Job loss, or thankfully we did not have to deal with that. Loss of housing, definitely we didn't have to deal with that. But I do think because we didn't have to deal with that, my spouse thought this addiction isn't as bad.
It's not as bad as it is.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, you just got saving grace.
Right, because I'm here.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
Yeah, but it was to my detriment.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was sitting there trying to hold everything together, but it was killing me. You know, my health was deteriorating, so much was impact to myself. Yeah.
But if you really think about it, if you go out and you see a homeless person, somebody on the street, somebody who's a drunk or whatever on the street, they're literally one day from having a spouse there supporting them from being that same person on the street.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Because it's that serious.
It's that serious, yeah.
So don't think just because, oh, my spouse is here, I'm good, we good.
Right. But people take people for granted, they don't understand that and realize it. Like you had, somebody gave you the life vest, they sitting there holding you up.
They're missing, they throwing you that noodle.
Yeah. They've been carrying you. And that's only by God's grace. So, you know, when God spoke to me and told me, Nikita, your season for carrying that weight is over, I had to listen. And I was obedient to his word, where he said that season for you've done your part. Because at that point, my ex was sober, I believe, for maybe 2 or 3 years or something like that. And God literally told me, it's time for you to go. There was nothing else I can do there. And I had to listen to that word.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so what are some other impacts?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So another one, huge, communication breakdown.
Okay.
Honest communication is definitely replaced by secrecy, denial, and conflict. I've experienced all of that. Hiding bottles. I'm not right there. I'm here. And
you going to the grocery store and going to the liquor store.
Or you at a bar late at night or something like that. Constantly in denial. You have a problem. No, everything good because I'm functioning. You still have a problem.
Right. Stop, baby.
And of course, met with conflict. Why you guys try to make everything a big deal?
Because it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
So I think people that are dealing with addictions, you're going to see all of those things. People are going to be secret. They're going to be in denial. Indefinitely, there will be some conflict or resistance. Another one I dealt with personally is the impact on the children. The children may experience neglect. They may take on adult responsibilities and have an increased risk of developing their own mental health issues or substance use disorders later on in life.
Yep, because they see it. They saw it growing up.
And that's what they do. But even on that point, I think we talked about it somewhere along the lines that parents still need to be involved and active because you have a role as a parent.
You do.
If you see your child is struggling in those areas, and I've heard parents that always say, I didn't know they had a gun, they went to shoot. How do you not know?
So they live in your house and you don't know they have a gun.
Exactly.
And I'm going to take this and I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
If that child is being disrespectful for you, to you, and they're in your house and you're not whooping their ass, that's a problem.
Yeah, but that's the same. Some of these parents,
they're afraid of them. They're afraid of the kids.
Definitely afraid. And also they just turn the cheek.
Turn a blind eye.
I don't want to pretend like this. I've heard people say, when I sat in those AA meetings, and I heard people say I was addicted to alcohol from the age of 10, 11, 12. You and your parents, they were like, I was living with my parents.
Now, what 10 and 12, 11, 12-year-old is that talented of an actor
That you gonna hear
that you can't tell they've been drinking?
You can't mask it that well. And not to get all in our business, but to get all in our business, one of our kids got some brownies or something, or whatever it was.
Gummies.
You know exactly.
Gummies.
What's going on. And it was laced with something. Who knows? Was it weed?
It was weed.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know this stuff.
Some weed gummies.
And the person just going acting crazy, like hallucinating, and they just even crazier than what the person
Heart beating all
already.
sides.
Yeah.
Scared to death.
Scared. So again, you see the signs as a parent. You're just choosing not to address it.
Right.
And that's why the cycles continue. And then lastly, I would say another impact, the last impact will be generational trauma. Addiction often perpetuates a cycle with children raised in these environments, struggling with emotional regulations and attachment in adulthood.
You have families who have family curses.
Absolutely.
Where everybody smokes, or everybody drinks, or everybody is, promiscuous. You have that in families, and it's hard to break because they see the cycle constantly happening.
Definitely. So let me ask you, based on the impacts of addictions that we just described, and how it involves and affects everyone, what do you think the Bible says about staying in a relationship, or more so marriage, with a person who has any of these addictions that we mentioned?
Well, I think we kind of touched on
marriage. You're supposed to stay in marriage through the good and bad, the ups and the downs.
Bad and ugly, better for worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
But it's okay to ever put yourself first and lead.
That sounds nice. Yeah, when it's affecting you, and I don't just mean my husband's drinking or my wife is drinking and I just can't deal with it. No, when it's affecting you mentally, emotionally, or physically, whether this person is drinking and some people drink and they get angry, they get mean. Some people drink and they make bad decisions. It all depends, but if it's bothering you or affecting you in one of those three ways, emotionally, physically, or mentally, then you have to check out.
You have to.
Because you can't save nobody if you dead. Because you're stressing, your anxiety level is so high, you're having panic attacks.
Exactly.
You're constantly sick.
Constantly.
You can't save them.
No, you
because they don't want to be saved.
Hello.
With the song, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing for that person.
No.
And if that is the relationship that you're in, it's okay. I'm sure God is telling you, baby, I don't want you to die because of this person. So.
Well, I think that's the thing. You have to pray.
You have to.
And I was going to church, and then I would get mad sometimes with my pastors because that's all the advice that they gave me. Pray. And I'm like, listen.
I need a little bit more than that. I've been
coming for 15 million thousand years now, and I'm tired of praying.
Right.
Because I think it's somewhere along the line the Christian walk sometimes, dealing with faith, you do get in a place where you're just like, Lord,
I'm done praying.
Yes. I need to see some manifestation of this prayer now.
That's true.
You need to show me that you're still alive, Lord, and you're hearing me, because I'm exhausted. But, so I know now why they were telling me to pray, because I needed to be. You
needed God's voice to tell you what to do.
Absolutely. And it wasn't God knew.
Because, and that's funny, because I'm sort of that way. I ask people questions to try to get them to think.
So annoying, but you do.
Yeah. I never want to say, Tennille told me to do this, and it backfired.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to get you to think about all the options.
Yeah.
And you ultimately make the decision in your own head. You're not going to come and say, Tennille did this, Tennille. No, I'm going to give you some foresight. I'm going to ask you some questions that make you think. And hopefully that is what you need to see clearly of what
that's always been
my opinion or my advice might have been if I gave it to you.
Yeah.
But I don't like giving people advice. I really don't.
And I think for me, like you said, for me, and this everybody operates differently, but when I hear God's voice, it's more concrete, and I know. So I've never resented my decision because God told me to move. And when God said that was enough, you served your purpose, you served your time, and you've done all that there is for you to do, I never had any sleepless nights about it.
Gotcha.
Because I know that was him telling me, sister, you've done all that you can do.
Yeah. Job well done.
Exactly, period.
So since you spoke on that, How do you move towards healing?
So whether you're dealing with porn, alcohol, or other compulsive behaviors, the path to recovery follows similar principles, I would say. Mm-hmm. Number one, honesty is mandatory. Freedom begins when you have open communications about your failures and your fears. You have to openly be able to articulate those. And they tell you, like, the number one step when it comes to addictions and getting help is realizing it. Because so many people are living in denial about it. Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to recognize that you do have a problem. Mm-hmm. So when you're trying to heal in the process, you have to just be open and honest. That's it. That's number one. I'm going to piggyback off that. I think another thing that's important when you have an addiction and you're trying to get over it, you have to not worry about what people think about you. Yeah. Because that sometimes keep you from hiding stuff that you shouldn't hide. Yeah. It's also, okay to be wrong. It's okay to have problems. Yeah. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. But you know, there's a step process or something. I can't remember if it was 12 steps.
12 steps. 12 steps.
And some of those steps are to go back and tell the people that you hurt that you're sorry. Because you have to own up to it and be accountable. And that comes along with not caring how someone may feel about it. And I was even telling some people when I met them, I said, we've all go through what we've gone through for a reason. Mm-hmm. Typically, it's meant to make you stronger. Yes, and then also it's to help somebody else. Mm-hmm. Very true. And it wasn't until I remember as clear as day where I was leaving church one Saturday afternoon helping and doing something in church. And this lady walked out screaming, crying, and she's yelling, I lost my brother, and drops to the ground. And I immediately went over there, and of course, you know. You could relate to that. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until I got in my car that evening, and all the stuff that I was saying to her, I didn't even know I was saying. Right, because that wasn't, God was using you. And the funny part was, and they say this all the time, God will put you in the place you're supposed to be. Come on. So that might have been one Sunday, like, I don't feel like going to church, I'm not going. Mm-hmm. But it was meant for you to be there for that lady, for that day, for that time. And when I got in the car, I was like, wow, thank you, God. Mm-hmm. Because I thought everything I had dealt with my brother was to hurt me, or because it was for me. And it was like, nah, this is to help others. And I promise you, ever since that occurrence, I've had other people that I had to console from losing their brother, not just a loved one, but their brother in particular. And I was like, God, I see you. I know what you're doing. Right. Yeah. So like you said, you really, that's so important. The second one I would say is set firm boundaries. That's important. Establishing pro-relationship boundaries protects the non-addicted spouse and prevents enabling. Yes. So make sure you have your boundaries. And that's something I did not have. I allowed any and every old thing to roll and to flow. And I feel like if I ever had to deal with a person that was struggling with addiction again, I would definitely do it set some boundaries. Yeah. And another thing, a point that I wanted to make to what we were just saying about your story is to help other people. So when I was at AA, I would tell the people, what you're going through is so that you can be authentic to other people and help other people. But you can't be transparent, kind of going back to your point, if you're not willing to just say how it is. Regardless if it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. And sometimes, to be honest, I struggle with that with my ex because, and you can relate, I would tell him all the time, tell the children what you went through. That would help them to, like, oh no, I don't, like, I say this all the time. Love my father dearly. Love him dearly. Talked about that. Love him dearly. Yeah. But when it comes to certain things like communicating and things like that, I always say I don't want to go that route. I want to be different. I don't want to be a workaholic where I'm never there for my kids. So I'm always at my kids' stuff because what I saw growing up. You have a choice to either do what you see or go the opposite way. Come on, baby. So I decided to go the opposite way, and I'm gonna be here for my kids for everything. Yep. You remember the picture? I think it was a meme where they said it was two guys, and they said both of them grew up in the same house and everything else, and one of them was sitting in the thing, and he saw nothing but a mountain. And then the other one saw the same thing, but viewed it as it's unlimited. So one person saw it as, oh my goodness, I'm being hindered. I can't go up that mountain. And the other one goes, oh, I get on the top of the mountain, I can see everything. Yeah. And they had the same exact view. Same exact view. But different perspective on life. That's just profound. That is. Yeah. Okay, and sorry, y'all. We just... Oh, no, we good, baby. The next principle to moving towards healing, I would say, is, and I've always said it, seek professional help. Addiction is a complex disease, not just a moral failing. Both partners should consider individual therapy initially, moving to counseling therapy only when a baseline of safety and sobriety has been established. And that was something I did not know until later on, and I felt like it was too late, but God always say his time is perfect timing. But I didn't know that I needed individualized therapy. I didn't know how broken I was and how exhausted and hurt I was. And sometimes when you're at a place where you're just in the wilderness and you're doing, you don't stop to realize the impact. You don't understand.
Well, most people don't really realize, okay, that other person, the other party that's part of this is just as effective as the person who is addicted.
Say it again. Absolutely.
So you need probably just as much mental support.
Absolutely.
Physical support. You need just as much as they do.
Absolutely.
Because you have to deal with not just you, but them. So you have a heavy burden where they're just dealing with themselves. Because they don't care about what else is going on, because the addiction has blocked all that out.
Yep. Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind. If you're dealing with somebody who's with an addiction, make sure you stay grounded. Like they say this all the time. Don't go into something you ain't ready for. Don't go into a battle you ain't ready for.
Yeah.
So like when we go into certain things, we know we got to be prayed up, because we're not equipped to just walk in it how we are.
Not with our flesh.
No.
It's
going to rise up. The flesh is weak, as they say. It's going to rise up. So you have to go in there equipped.
You have to. You need to put on that whole,
the whole armor. And then some. You might need a double. But seriously, God has given you the blueprint for everything you need. But you just have to listen to it and take it into account.
You do, yes.
But you can't just walk into a room of demons and devils and everything else and think you can just walk in and go, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. They're going to be like, who?
Exactly.
Who are you? I know Jesus. I don't know you.
Exactly. No, seriously.
So you got to be prepared for the room that you go into.
Yes, you do.
And when you're dealing with somebody with addiction, you got to be prepared for that every single day.
You do. And oftentimes when we were talking about with conflict, when you go in there with your flesh, because like I said, I know I'm not perfect.
You're going to come out bruised.
I don't want
bruised and battered. I thought I was good. Dang, my lip hurt.
Another important aspect of healing, truly, at least for me, has been the ability to communicate. Having a safe place to be able just to express my feelings and my emotions.
Okay.
And I know with you and I, when we first started dating, or even before we were dating, just being friends, we just go out and walk and talk. And that was just the outlet that I needed.
And I used to tell you all the time.
What?
I need to know
That's
your backstory.
You did say that when we were dating, yeah.
So I can understand how not to trigger you sometimes.
Right, yeah.
So for me, those walks were that moment to get the backstory, to get some understanding of how you've dealt with things, how you had to go through certain things. I had to know that, so I'm not the one triggering you in the future.
Correct, yeah. But they were very therapeutic.
They were. For me as well. I mean, I was going through something as well.
Absolutely.
So those walks and just those talks, or just sitting at the park.
And then being out there in nature, and then sometimes we just stop and it would just be so peaceful, and we just took it all in. So it was a great step in healing. It definitely was.
Definitely was.
So again, I would just say communication. Find a safe space, and that's why I always say like therapy is good, because sometimes you just go in therapy and the therapist just sit there. And you just,
I think even us walking which is probably the last part of what we're going to speak on, is connecting with a community. So you have somebody who knows your story, who understands you, understands what you went through. So you don't feel like you're in it by yourself anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
So you need that community. That's why, AA meetings, all of that, all of them sit around in a circle and they tell their stories, because those stories are meant to connect with everybody else. And if somebody hasn't experienced that yet, they can hear it before it happens. And when they hear it, I remember Johnny told me this is what happened when he did this, and I can use that. That's the community. That's what AA meetings are for, not just, some people term them as just social things, but that's what they are. They're meant to bring or have a community of people who are going through or have gone through the same things that you are.
And kind of what we talked about before, with that community, you have people that can hold you accountable.
Very true.
I see that you kind of slipping, or I see you don't look right today.
Right.
Or
What's going on today?
Yeah, they hold you accountable, and sometimes you need
But
that.
they can see the signs because they've been through
They've
it.
been there, exactly.
They've seen that. They know what it feels like when you feel like you about to relapse.
Absolutely.
Or you feeling tempted to do.
Absolutely.
They know what that feels like. They've experienced it.
Yeah.
So they can go, bro, come holler at me for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Yeah. And I think even one of those episodes on, oh no, we didn't watch the show. I think I was watching it by myself.
What show, baby?
I shouldn't even have brought it up. But one of those shows on Netflix, it was with the football, and remember the coach passed away. What was the thing called? Oh, American Dream,
All American.
All American, yeah.
Okay.
And the girl, she was suffering with an addiction, and her parents were trying to help her and everything. And she literally was avoiding her, I forget the name that you call them, like her mentor. I forget what they call them in those terms. But she wasn't contacting her.
Mm-hmm.
So the mentor had to pull up
Right.
and say, you've been avoiding me.
What's going on?
And she said the reason why is because I went back to what I was doing.
Right.
So again, when you have those accountability parties,
You have
kind of
that.
what you said, the people that are in there, they know those signs. They know,
That's
oh,
it.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's similar to what? Carlton on Bel Air. Like, how he's in the house with his parents, and they don't know he's a drug addict.
They don't have
Have no clue at all. And you could see the erratic things that he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
You could see it.
Oh, yeah.
But they were so consumed with their life and what they wanted to do, they trying to advance, that they missed it.
Yeah.
So even as a parent or as a friend, you gotta be connected to that partner or that person you're
And I
friends
think
with.
both of us, you and I both have seen good and bad portions where some of our children, I mean all four of our children at some particular time
Have done something.
have been out of balance.
Yeah,
They
that's
haven't
true.
been in their normal self.
Right.
And we would find ways to, even if they didn't know what we were doing, to check in
Check
with
in
them
on
and
them
say,
without them knowing we're checking in on them.
You seem a little distant, or you seem a little this, or you seem a little this.
That's
Everything
true.
okay. And we would find ways, and you and I talked about it a few months, like how do we help them, with what they're going on. But again, we were intentional about making sure we were connected with them to see.
And sometimes it's literally just a text to say, hey, what happened today? What's going on today? And they just, boom, you get everything.
Absolutely.
Because they've been bottled up and they wanted to talk to somebody about it.
Yeah.
So.
And then a thing is, I think you got to give your kids, and we're going to talk about this, especially with older children, give them that space so they can be able to feel comfortable with talking to
them. And my older kids talk to me about stuff and I'm like, really?
Everything,
Really?
Yeah.
Even when they're out doing, as they call it, dumb stuff, they'll call me in the midst of it.
Yeah.
And I'm
But
like,
they feel safe.
they do. Because they know I'm not going to chastise them. I'm just going to talk to them real.
Exactly.
I'm going to say, that's probably not a good decision.
Right. Yeah. And I remember one parent, she's like, Kiki, how are you the cool mom? And I was like, I'm not the cool mom.
No.
It's just that I give
she's the crack the whip mom.
I don't know about all that though. But yeah, I give them the space to be able to express themselves. And I'm a firm believer of allowing them to have their own lessons to learn. Because in life, that's the greatest experience, is your own lesson.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so the quickie, babe.
Okay. All right. You wanna read the quickie?
So the quickie came from our loyal listener. Of course, front row seats at the wedding.
Second row, baby. We already established that. She's in the second row.
But okay, second row. Fine. All right. So, do you have a problem with your partner liking sexual/inappropriate posts of the opposite sex on social media? What's your answer?
Yes, most indubitably. And it's funny that question. I mean, I'm not gonna share it. Yes, I am.
Yes, he is.
So when we first started dating, my baby liked to go to brunch.
I love brunch.
She liked to go to brunch. Now I'm gonna spare y'all what brunch really is. She might give you the details, but
Brunch is brunch. You go in there and eat, baby.
You was eating more than bacon.
Right.
But I wasn't comfortable with brunch.
It was some male entertainment.
Gyrating.
There was not no gyrating. You never came, so how did
I
you
don't
know
have
that?
to. I didn't come, but hey, pause. But no,
You never attended.
I never attended.
So
but
you
I was,
know that.
but still, I was uncomfortable with the premise of what
Why?
could. Just because
You don't trust me?
no, it's not that I don't.
So what's the problem?
I don't trust other men.
Babe, but that don't got nothing to do with me. You already seen me interact with other men. Men will come up to me, I'll shut them down before they even get
That-
close to me. So you should already know, babe, I trust you.
But you was in a drought then.
What?
You was in a drought.
And I still said no. So it don't matter what, so it can't get no worse than that. So you got trust issues. So that's coming up on another episode.
We already did trust issues
we gotta revisit
episode.
them.
No,
You
we can go
can't
back.
trust your woman to go to brunch.
Oh, you gonna trust me to go to brunch?
I will.
So when the waitress, no pause, I wasn't even allowed to go to Hooters, so don't even go
Why
there.
you couldn't go to Hooters?
You told me I couldn't go to
You took
Hooters.
the boys with you to Hooters. I said that was inappropriate for Kevin and the rest of them.
How is it inappropriate? We're going to get wings.
Oh yeah, well, that's what you call it.
We're going, hold on, we're going to get chicken wings. We get chicken wings. Whatever.
Y'all can go to Hooters. I don't care. The man stopped me from going to the brunch, enjoying myself as a woman. He didn't want his woman to enjoy herself at brunch.
I can get you brunch at home.
And I can go with my girlfriends and get it too.
Oh, okay. Well, you go ahead with the.
And then what's gonna happen when I come home?
Don't worry about it.
See?
You'll find out.
Why are you insecure?
I'm not. That's not insecure, baby. As we said, we have to have boundaries, right? We have to have boundaries in relationships. That's not something I'm comfortable with.
Why-
Like if you told me, "Oh, I'm not comfortable with you going to
You just
strip
want to
clubs,"
control me.
I'm not trying to control you. No,
You
I'm
was gonna
saying
spend $3.99.
$2. Can I get change? But no,
They gonna kick you out.
that cheap nigga. But no, on the real,
What?
if you were uncomfortable with me doing something similar to that,
You still do it.
I would not. I
But
would
I
not.
don't understand how you're not comfortable. No one's putting their hands on me.
So I don't know. We're gonna leave that one alone
We're
for
gonna
now.
come back to that.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So-
Outro.
Yes. So thank you. We're gonna end this episode now before it gets any worse, y'all. So thank you for listening. Thank you for always listening to us. Thank you for always being there with us. Thank you for all you have done. And if you are struggling, remember, you did not cause the problem and you can't fix it. If you're struggling with an addiction with your spouse, or your spouse is dealing with addiction. But you can choose your own path to health. Keep that in mind. And if you need it, there's a lot of national numbers out there that you can call for abuse and substance abuse and whatever else. So please reach out to them or seek professional help from a
I
licensed
wish you got
therapist.
Jim Jones' number. Then he told us
No, we're just in Jim Jones' number, baby. We ain't. So, as we said, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Join us next week as we discuss another controversial topic
Lord have mercy.
on
What is
who's wrong.
that? What?
So the back or the premise, I hate to have to give all this, but it's a woman. She's out at a Target with her man shopping. And a gentleman walks up to her, tell her she's beautiful,
Okay.
ask can he have her Instagram or her phone number.
Okay.
And she looks back because her man has not said anything.
Oh.
So she's sitting there and the guy's still rapping to her. And I think he even said, is that your brother?
Yes, he
He
did.
said, is that your brother?
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's supposed to be my man. So by now, this time, because he hasn't said anything, he hasn't stood up for her, she's pissed. And decides to actually give the guy her number. She said, well, evidently this ain't my man, so I guess I need to find a new one.
I need a real man.
Right. So who's wrong in that case? So chime in when you hear that episode. Let us know what you think. And as we like to say, peace.
What happened to the thing when you